What's up, what's down? Tell me something going round. Let's discuss the light of day. Spitting truth, come with me. What's up, what's down? Nothing's ever out of bounds. There has to be a better way. Always something of a better play. Hero Shack Day, Hero Shack Day, Hero Shack, baby things. Hero Shack, hey, Hero Shack, yeah. Hero Shack, daily things. Here we go.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Your mic sounds horrible. Are you on the correct one?
I don't know, but welcome. That's a great
Welcome.
opening. Hello, hello.
that
Your
sounds a little
mic
better.
sounds horrible.
Sorry. So
Ah,
what's up?
wow. I am just waking up from a wonderful little nap,
Yeah.
and I didn't realize how late it was, so I literally woke up 2 minutes ago. And we are celebrating somebody's birthday, and we are launching.
I don't know anything about the birthday, but I do know about the book.
We are launching the Great Cyclopian 8.
Yes. Do you know what time it starts by chance?
9 o'clock.
No.
Oh, the launch?
Yeah.
No, I don't. What I would imagine we are going to launch it.
Launch it when?
Whatever. Well, did you pick a time?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Can
and
you
you
see it
know that
there?
I
No, you can't see it.
no, I can't.
Can you?
No, that's
mean,
why
we
I'm laughing. I'm like, and you're gonna tell me?
Hang
I'm
on, we're
looking
getting there.
right
We're getting there.
now.
9:08 Eastern Standard Time.
9:08. Why
That's right. So if you're out
9:08?
there waiting on our campaign to launch, it launches at 9:08.
9:08. I like it. Okay, that's kind of fun.
Yes. The Great Cyclopian is 19 years old and he's never been knocked out. In the last 2 days, however, he's been knocked out 3 times. He's had enough. I'm going to take a quick gander down now. This is our first run through the campaign, so we may make minor adjustments to the text.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll probably change that picture. I don't know who that guy. That guy is funny looking. So, the Great Cyclopian, Captain Aura, and Ike will some have defeated the first Zenith team, but there's another on the way when Forever Trying to Master Mutator launch an ambush using the Kung Fu Fighting Fiber Frog as their muscle. Cyclopian finds his rage and no one is safe, featuring the first appearance of Wiretap, the Cardinal. The assembled team of heroes will be forced to deal with the return of Queen Sting.
Wow.
Issue 8 takes the series to new heights as the mystery behind the Great Cyclopian inches closer to its revelation. Don't miss out. And here's just a sample of some of the artwork. There's the Kung Fu Fighting Fiber Frog. Sorry, it's a bit of a tongue twister.
It is.
Yes, and there you see Captain Aura actually blasting him with an Aura Blast.
Indeed.
Cyclopian waking up, starting to hulk up. Although I don't like that term, he's bulking up. There you see his fist getting across the road. The cops are there. Oh my, there they are, 2 cops. And of course, the very large Cyclopian. This issue will also feature the first part of The Cardinal, an epic tale of a hero for truth and justice for all time. And this is a cool one. It's a black and white. I'm kind of adapting a story, an idea by Eric Tamburino. You may remember us talking with him about his novel. And he's actually written a couple of them, but Diana's the reader and she's checked it out. This is the basic standard cover for the Great Cyclopian. I will be polishing it up a bit and I will update this when that comes. But you know me, I like to update the campaign throughout the 45 days. The alternative cover will be revealed soon, but I will tell you it's going to feature Wiretap and the Cardinal. For stretch goals, $1,000, we're going to go with a 4x4 Cyclopian magnet $2,000, a bonus special edition 2-sided metal card exclusive to this stretch goal. So we do have a set of metal cards, as you're about to see, but this is a 9th card that will be separate and individual and exclusive to this campaign. Woohoo! The 2-sided metal cards will be the first in a series of cards detailing the abilities of our amazing, fantastic cast of characters. This will include Cyclopian, Captain Aura, Forevertron, Master Mutator, Cardinal, Wiretap, Plato, and the Kung Fu Fighting Fiber Frog. Now, this is just some sample art of what they'll look like. There'll be a little, write-up with a meter of their powers to give you a general idea of what they're about and who they are. And it'll feature original artwork. And, of course, this will be the Great Cyclopian Flex shirt, the T-shirt for this campaign. We like to feature one every campaign. Now, down here, I talked a little bit about the risks. We never launch until we fulfill the last campaign, which we have done. And we also have to have the next book finished. Now, that doesn't mean I don't refine the work over the course of the campaign, but it's 99% completed and could be sent to press tomorrow, if not for the campaign. We have a reliable track record of delivering high-quality comic books with great customer service. There is little chance we won't deliver the goods on time outside of an act of God. I think the last time we really struggled was during COVID-19. So, yeah, we do pretty well. If you're new to the Great Cyclopian, we welcome you to check out the free PDF copies of each book hosted at our website, HeroShack.com. We offer the free PDF files as a way to get these comics into the hands of kids everywhere. Your support helps keep that alive. And I would like to say that since we are on issue 8, that means tonight I'm also premiering issue 7 on HeroShack.com. So let me take you there real quick, because I am excited about that. Sales are important, but we are building up a following of kids that are reading the book for free. And to me, that's even more important. So if you go to the website, you see the free Great Cyclopian comics, and you can't see anything. I have to fix the window I'm sharing. All you can see is the cover. That's genius.
I'm like, I don't see anything.
Outcast Comics.
Excuse me.
So yeah, let me get back to sharing. So if you go to HeroShack.com, yeah, there we go. You will see free comics, the Great Cyclopian. Now, for a long time, we've had the 6 issues because we were waiting on, issue 8 to come out. But now we have issue 7. And if you just click on the cover, you'll see there's no signups, no waiting. It automatically comes up. And you can start reading it for free. No hassles, no, abrupt endings, no summaries. This is the real deal in PDF form. And yeah, these are books that particularly kids, I find they like them because they can actually understand how they're being put together. These things aren't so aloof that they look at them and go, I could never create that. They actually get into this stuff, which is, of course, the goal.
Exactly.
So I'm very excited because, as always, this is my best issue ever. And I hate to really just hammer home the same point, but it's true. Captain Aura, what's up, brother Tony? Thank you for the happy birthday wish.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not sure what this is all about. You guys keep talking about a birthday, but I am going to play stupid. Just got to be me, right?
Yeah, it is. It's your official birthday, although we did celebrate it on Sunday. So.
Yes, we did.
And tonight, by golly, your wife fell asleep on the couch and didn't even make you dinner. You didn't say what you wanted.
I have a double cheese on the way, though.
That's true.
Our daughter, before the show, said, hey, does anybody want anything from McDonald's? And I went, okay. McDonald's is horrible, of course, but what's a guy to do?
When you have a sleeping wife on your birthday who does not make you dinner.
Well, to be honest, I want to show you guys something. I was working on the trailer. It's not done yet.
It's not.
So No, no, no. And I didn't want to
Ooh.
push it out, without having it finished. I'm not even sure that I've got the right song yet, but you guys want to see what I've got so far?
Yes, I do.
All right. So this is kind of like rough edit 1. I do expect this to be done by tomorrow, but I just ran out of time tonight and I am still not happy with the song. So yes, absolutely. We will see you next week, brother. Yeah, that's it so far. But like the song doesn't feel like it explodes enough, so I'm still looking. And honestly, it's been a busy week for us. Work. I still work a full-time job. I have to make these comics on the side, which means spending a lot of time up late at night or waking up way early in the morning and drawing my little fingers to the bone, going to work, and then coming home and doing it all over again. Which is funny because there was a lot of talk this week online about, how hard it is to make comics and, how to do it while you're working a job and stuff.
It is hard.
And I just start giggling because you know me, I'm like, what do you mean it's hard? And that's not me trying to be a jerk. And it doesn't mean it comes without a price. My wife can tell you she's more familiar with the top of my head than she is with the bottom of my chin. Because she sees this a lot.
And I was going to say, and like, you are able to do that because you do have a wife that helps out a lot with other stuff around the house.
Yeah. So you guys have all met the weird white guys that are kind of chubby and they're sitting alone in the corner with a beat up sketch pad and they're drawing away. That would be me if not for the wonderful management of my wife. As a result, I'm able to use an iPad, which gives me flexibility to create these things far more easy than it is on paper and pen. Not that, I can't do that as well. But in the coming 45 days, because I will be streaming nightly to promote the Great Cyclopian #8, I will be covering how I do comics. And that's going to go into a group of files that is going to be put on the website to support the kids that are making books. Now, tomorrow we're meeting with our club, and we gave the kids the assignment of doing their own comics this week. And I know for a fact that at least one child has completed it. He came to me and very proudly told me about it. And I am so psyched because that's really the key to get, you get the first one finished, the next one comes along, the next one comes along. Yeah. And that also means he can do more. Like now I can get him working on the big story because he's already done his story. He's done. He's all done his requirement. Now it's all fun.
So hopefully we'll have more of the kids showing up tomorrow with it.
Steph, hello. Golly, guys, I wish I'd gotten some of that Meister mint stuff. I would have at least drank online for the launch party. But
he doesn't even know what it's called, you guys. Rumplemint.
It's the mint stuff. Yeah, Rumplebumple.
The mints. The Meister mint stuff. Rumplemints, yes.
Rumplemint, yes.
Rumplemint.
Now, if there's any kids out there, drinking is for adults only, and I don't do it regularly, so I don't advise it as a regular pastime for anybody, but it is legal and every once in a while,
Mr. T likes to throw one.
I wouldn't even say I like to. I do it because I'm around my manly friends. And sometimes when you're with your manly friends, you do weird manly things.
Why are you so weird?
Well, mostly because, it takes a weird guy to make comics. I've noticed, have you noticed all the creators?
Yes.
For better or for worse, have a little weirdness to them. And sometimes it's innocent and awesome, and sometimes it's kind of weird. You got to know who's making your books, But where there's good guys out here.
Yes.
Rumplemint, yes.
Yes.
Steph is confirming what Diana roundly knew. I did not know.
You know that mint stuff that I like?
Well, I remember peppermint schnapps,
Yeah.
but I don't think peppermint schnapps was anywhere near as strong as Rumpelmint.
No, it has a little bit different flavor too, I think.
No, it's about the same, believe it or not.
think
Peppermint
so?
schnapps is a very minty alcohol. Yeah, of course, peppermint schnapps I never drank as shots, so I don't know the difference.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that we've covered that in our launch party, so everybody
Yeah,
can use.
well, one thing you guys will notice, and there are kids watching this, so I have to be mindful of that. But I also don't want to be fake, and that's not to say there's, I don't want to be like a 21st century Mr. Rogers. I want to be real with the kids. That's always important. They can tell when you're not real.
Although you do have a full wardrobe of vests like Mr. Roger had.
Hey,
Sweaters.
do not knock the vests, okay? And I even have slippers, thanks to you. Put on your slippers, honey. Don't make your shoes go through the house. Yes. How many of you gentlemen out there know those words? Because that's something my wife believes in. She's not like big on, oh, you have to be barefoot, but it drives her crazy if I'm wearing my sneakers. She's like, you live here. Put on some slippers.
Explain it when you come in, like with, yucky feet and stuff. That's really why I say that.
It's the world, my love. Although I have to tell you, the world also, there are many cultures that truly you should be taking off your shoes when you walk in their house.
Yeah,
and I do respect those when I'm aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not always aware of it, though. I've done that before.
Mm-hmm.
Walked in and you look behind you, get those muddy footprints, and you look down and everybody in the house is in socks, and you're like, I missed the memo. They don't have a sign. Oh, no.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
For you.
Yes.
So can you give us a quick, I know you read the Great Cyclopian 8, you kind of read the campaign. What is going to be revealed in issue 8 that you can sort of tease about? You can't really give because I don't want you to ruin the story for everybody, but
it's a little confusing for me because how do I say this? Issue 9 is already being formed. So like I had this problem last promotion too, so I got to be careful.
Right.
So issue 8, we are seeing the premiere of the Kung Fu Fighting Fiber Frog, who is the creation of Master Mutator, who mutated this frog at the request of Forevertron, who is one of his greatest clients. For those of you who don't know who Forevertron is, he is a cybernetic, robotic kind of humanoid who was created by a great number of wizards in the last century. And he got to the point where he didn't need humans. He had evolved to where he could basically form his own technology to make his own body and incorporate magical items from the past. And he considers himself like a sorcerer supreme guarding the earth. He views Cyclopian as a danger. So he's involved in this, but he's also viewed as an enemy despite his belief that he's a hero.
Right.
American heroes, for instance, guided by the government, do not view him as anything but one of the top wanted supervillains in the world.
Right.
Can you give me 1 second?
Sure,
our daughter has arrived, and I have to go grab the double quarter pounder.
Yes, because his wife fell asleep and did not make him a birthday dinner. But in all fairness, just so you guys know, I told him this morning, I said, why don't we go out for dinner tonight? It's your birthday. Oh, I can't go out for dinner tonight. Well, why not? Well, because I have to get ready for the launch party. I said, okay, well, then I'll go get takeout. So let me know when you're hungry, because he wasn't really hungry when he got home. And then I sat down to chill out because I had been doing some stuff around the house and put a show on with my dogs and fell asleep until about 5 minutes of 9. And then I woke up and he tells me my daughter has went and got me a double cheeseburger. So here we are.
Back on track.
Yeah.
So the fiber frog ambushes Captain Aura, I equal sum, and the Great Cyclopian, who are in a pickup truck, leaving Florida to escape the clutches of the next Zenith team. Zenith teams are not they're not like the Avengers. They're basically
Mhm.
it's a name of different units that are equipped to handle supernatural issues like this. Hello,
Right.
Terry. What's up, brother? And the end story there is in the process of the ambush. Cyclopian gets knocked out for the third time. Now, Captain Aura and I equal some are dealing with Fiber Frog when Cyclopian comes to, and he's a little bit raged up. He's a little bit upset. Hello, Tim. And Zenith Kings. Well, it's with an I and not the second E, but that's cool. But they I lost track. Okay, so they're dealing with the Fiber Frog. Cyclopian wakes up. He's upset. And I'm sure we're all familiar with the term of seeing red. And he goes through a process. Now, our background picture, which I really can't show in that context there, is actually from a panel where he's basically growing quite size, quite dramatically. By the end of the book, he's charging our heroes. And when I say our heroes, that is to include the first appearance of the Cardinal and Wiretap. And you won't learn too much about them this issue, but you will learn that they are there. You'll see some of their powers on display. And there is some exchange of dialogue between Captain Aura and the two heroes. Can't say too much without revealing much there, but
I know.
Queen Sting, if you remember her from issues 2 and 3, actually, I believe it's 2 and 3, makes a return because Forevertron has been plotting. He kidnapped the creature that takes over a human body, the bee-like creature. I don't know how to describe her. And he's done many magical things to her. And he kind of takes a shot at Cyclopian using her as a projectile. A lot of people have asked, what about Peter's great weakness, his eye? And I always laugh because, you really don't want to mess with his eye.
You're so funny.
Well, remember, Queen Sting, we've witnessed her take a body before. And, you know how that worked out, right, Diana?
Yes, I do.
Do you want to tell the viewers, or should I just,
You tell them, because you're on a roll.
Right,
It's your birthday.
the bee likes to go through one of the eye sockets of a human being to get into the brain section to control the person. And of course, Cyclopian has got one huge eye socket. So we are going to learn much more about the Cyclopian, more so in issue 9, but it leads to issue 9 quite well. We're introduced to a couple of new characters. We're going to witness some really cool fighting, and we're going to learn.
So while you were telling, I was checking our campaign, and we already have our first backer.
Yay!
We have somebody who bought a purchase of the book and the $5 PDF. So we thank you so much. You are backer number 1. That's awesome. And Tony is down here talking about the
yes, looks like it's soon to be action figure.
Action figure he's soon to be an action figure, and I cannot wait to see this creation that you are now working on. I think it's going to be amazing. And for those of you that don't know, I have been working on a cosplay costume for the Great Cyclopian, which will be worn by one of the guys from Mantown. So I am so excited. It has to be finished. Chris, did you share the link for the Great Cyclopian on my comment? Did you happen to share it? No? It looks like Chris is probably eating. So I'm going to go and share it. It's down in the comics. Oh, you did. You already did. Oh, okay. So sorry. I know you're trying to
I'm
inhale
sorry.
your cigarette.
Yeah, I was
Please
trying
do
to be.
not choke. Please do
I was
not
trying to
choke.
be classy and like go off camera and let you talk.
Yeah, and that's fine. But all of a sudden, your little face came on, and you're like,
I was like, no,
That-
look, it's right there, it's right there.
yeah,
But even the
that's
pointing
the
came out
link.
wrong. See how the pointing was in? Yeah,
Um,
there
yeah.
it is. It's down
So
there.
I don't know if that's what he was talking about, or if he was talking about the link to the chat. So he's just said the
Oh,
link.
well, we could do that too, but I'm not quite
Mhm.
ready to do that
I know.
because we have to talk more.
I
It's a
know.
launch party, by golly.
Yeah.
So
Well, the funny. Go ahead.
honestly, I want to tell people the art is like definitely different in this. And I haven't put up any of the Cardinal stuff yet because the Cardinal will only be 5-page segments. So it's not like I can really share that much of the Cardinal side story without,
Mhm.
I may share some sketches from the book before we get to the end of the campaign. But I'm very excited about the whole thing because the Cardinal is going to be my first real black and white story.
Yeah. And
It's
it's
going to be
looking
printed in the
really
back of a color
good.
book, which is really cool. What's that?
It's looking really good.
Well,
Black and white.
honestly, you've been,
I
it's
think
very tough on me. I keep redrawing stuff, but it's because it's black and white. I feel like it has to be even sharper than
Mhm.
like when you have color to use, to help move your art.
Yeah.
I'm eating right now, so keep talking.
Oh, well, you didn't.
I need more than a yeah.
Don't you guys love how we rehearse our shows? They're like, yeah, we have this great plan, and then here we are. So yes, the black and white, like I've always enjoyed Chris's black and white art to begin with. He does a lot of really cool stuff with it. This quick little side story that he's putting in the Great Cyclopean 8, I think you guys will be pretty impressed with it. It's a story that initially is basically created by Eric Tamburino. He is the author we had on Where Man and Monster Meet. Which is a collection of short fantasy stories. Very, very good if you're ever looking for like a book that you can just sit and chill and relax to. I liked it because there were I think it was 7 or 8 short stories, and they all were a little different spin on some of the fairy tales that you may have known growing up, with obviously a little bit more of a older ring to it. But this came to us via Eric, and he said, "Hey, Chris, why don't you take a look at this?" And so Chris has been working with Eric, coming up with this little side story, and it's really, really, really good. So that is a little bit of a bonus, and the Cardinal, as you know, will be joining us. Yes, go ahead. See, I knew if I kept talking, he'd come back on. Have you swallowed and chewed your
If
food?
Eric is watching or watches this later, I'm fixing to send you some proposals about the story. I just haven't had a chance to finish writing them, but I threw some ideas at Diana, and I'm very excited about that too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's actually kind of cool because it's my first real collaboration with somebody at all.
Yeah.
Like, this is a real collaboration. He had a wonderful story, and we wanted to bring him into the Cyclopian universe, his character. And I just kind of went nuts and tried to make a background story, and we're kind of fusing that together now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's been a blast. It's been a lot of fun for me. I don't know if anybody else is having fun yet.
No, I'm really having fun. So Tim mentioned that he feels like this is kind of a beginning event for our universe. Could you speak to
in a
that?
way, because we're actually doing something. I don't know if anybody's ever done it before. When Cyclopian was first put together, Captain Aura was brought in as Tony Santos. Now, the thing about Captain Aura is he comes from a teenager superhero group that I kind of created with like 3 other guys. We all kind of had our own guy, and I was drawing comics based on those guys. And Cyclopian was actually the villain, or one of the villains. So when I brought him in, I really didn't know that Tony would ever see the book.
That's true.
And then when it became apparent, it kind of like changed the way that the book ran a little bit. Like I'm not in a, it changed the dynamic in a way that I couldn't explain. And then when we met him and then met his friends, who have since become our friends,
Mhm.
it like changed the whole way that we've approached the supporting cast.
That's a good way
So
to put
now
it.
I'm finding myself like Wiretap is not a name I created. It's not a character I created. It's based on a guy from Mantown. Now I don't want to say their names because I don't know if they're okay with that. But basically, I can say first names, I'm sure, but that would be Joey.
Yeah.
The Cardinal is Eric,
Mhm.
and Cap is Tony. And there are
Mhm.
other characters that actually have Joey, what's up, brother? Thank you. That actually have real life connections to characters. Redbeard, for instance, who appears in issue 7. I believe he's in 7, isn't he? Or is he just in 8? I think he's in 7. Yes, he's definitely in 7. I get
Yes,
that.
he's in. I was going to say he's in 7 for sure. Yeah.
But he's based on a real guy.
Yeah.
And that in itself is kind of strange because it really does give a different sense to the creation, and a different sense of excitement and like a thrill as a writer to see like if I can like how much fun I can have. You know what I mean? For
Mhm.
instance, I thought about doing something with Captain Aura that was like way out of bounds, and I had no idea, and it was hilarious. You know what I mean?
It was hilarious because you
Hilarious for me more so than him.
yeah.
But I was like, holy crap, no way. Yes, we are celebrating the launch. Now I don't do launch parties that well in the sense that I think we've been on 37 minutes and I haven't like professed. Please go back us. The link is in the description. $5 gets you can support the PDFs. 15, you can get the book. It's free shipping in the United States. And don't forget to check out our 2-sided cards. $50 metal, impressive. Trust us. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that good enough? I don't know. But that's how launch parties usually go. I just don't have really the salesmanship in me.
Oftentimes, you go to a bigger show and they host you, and we did not do that this time around.
Is there a bigger show on the internet? I mean, come on.
It's your birthday. I don't want to answer that. I want to be really nice to you today. I'm trying to be.
There are
really
shows
nice.
with more viewers, but I don't think there's anybody bigger.
Oh my gosh. See, this is what happens when he's on his birthday party.
You got to stretch it a little, kid. You got to think big. You got to think big if you're going to get big.
Okay. All right. Well,
so when I look up and I see 7 viewers, you know what I really see? 7,000 viewers. That's right. I know YouTube is cutting our viewership numbers. I know. You know what? I appreciate it. I thank them for keeping me humble in these times of
crazy. So yeah, so we have a lot going on here. I know we have been pretty quiet for the last week or two. But
yes, I was doing daily. I've been streaming daily, and then really as we came up on 8, I stopped mostly because I wanted to continue to put all my time in finishing the book properly. Now that we're there and we're promoting, I'll be going back to a daily schedule, and that's why I will definitely be covering How to Make Comics the Hero Shack way.
Right. So you at one point had discussed, like, when we were streaming daily, we were trying to find different topics to stream about. But then I think what happens with you and I is that we bite off too much. As many of you know, when you stream daily, it takes a lot of time. It does. Not only are you setting up for the stream, but you're in the stream. You're trying to come up with interesting things to talk about. Plus everything else that you do aside from being online. And I think for Chris and for me especially, I shouldn't really speak for Chris, is that it became like overwhelming because I'm trying to do all this other stuff for our first con and work. And I've had some injuries to take care of. So it became very taxing. But now that we have our stream, the Great Cyclopean live, we will, Chris or I, more Chris than I probably, will
No,
be
it'll
here
be
every
me.
night.
And
Yep.
and what I'll probably do is I will make a video, literally like a 15-minute video explaining a process,
Mm-hmm.
such as, what app I use, how I use it, what, filters,
Right.
brushes, whatever.
Right.
And then I'll show that and talk about it in the stream anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes. And that'll be the stream for the night. But the point will be repetition, advertising the book, and
Yep.
sharing something, because really these kids are they are watching. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, we got to get some stuff up there that is at least educational about how to do what we're doing.
Right.
Because, the most frequent question I get right off the bat is, how do you do that?
Right. And for the people that are watching or may watch this later, the kids that he's referring to is we work at an elementary school, and we run a comic creator club on Thursdays after school. And we have 11 students that have been coming faithfully for pretty much the whole school year. And they are working on their own comics. So Chris will go in and give them, the inside scoop from a professional comic creator. I go in and try to man the crowds and be Mama Diana, as I'm known for, as well as give them my own 2 cents about writing and structuring sentences and stuff like that. The
Right.
less fun
Well,
stuff.
without Diana, it becomes very unruly. One of my biggest weaknesses is, if we're having fun, we're having fun. And I'm a kid too. And so, like, what
He
ends up
is.
happening a lot of times is, if we're allowed to devolve, we end up watching clips on YouTube of cartoons and stuff, and giggling about silly things, and watching Super Friends, and they're like, ugh! And I'm like, no, Super Friends are cool. And they're like, ah. But they do actually
just-
learn from all that stuff. The exposure
just
to the
think
superheroes.
3rd and 4th grade humor. And if you have a 3rd or 4th
Oh,
grade,
the humor is ridiculous. So
you
we
guys
do
know
have
what I'm talking about.
we do have a creator who is I don't know how else to put it. He loves potty humor. And
Yeah.
it's your typical 3rd grade.
4th
So I
grade.
took him out throughout the school, for instance, to take background photos, so they could have reference photos of places in the book. And of course, I took 3 boys out, and where did we end up? We're in the bathroom, and they're trying to take pictures of the
Boys'
urine.
room.
And I'm like, why? And they're like, and I'm like, all right, guys, we got to talk about humor.
Well, they were talking about that. What is it? Toilet head.
Toilet
something?
Head is one of their favorite characters. Yep.
Yeah.
Which was funny, because when we did the Orange school, the school in Orange, Fisher Hill,
Yeah.
Toilet Head was one of the guys they requested there too.
Yeah.
If
It's
you
so
don't
funny.
know, it's a head that comes up out of a toilet.
That's
And
it.
I don't know anything else about it. It seems to tell jokes or host a show or something, but Toilet Head is something. Yeah. And naturally, kids in, say, 5th grade and under love Toilet Head. They think that is just
It is so funny. It is so funny. Funny.
it's actually really gross, but I don't really mind it, because, like, they're
It's
kids.
but it's funny because it's like kid stuff. All kid stuff.
It's funny because I know that there's some like 40-year-old creative behind it going, man, I just bought a house thanks to Toilet Head. What a creation. And that is the way of comics sometimes,
That is true. That is true.
Get something crazy.
And so when we refer to kids watching, we know that they're watching because they come up to us and say, ha ha ha, we saw you guys. We saw
Actually,
you.
that brings up a good point. And we have a decent number of people watching tonight, so I'll put this out there.
Mhm.
This week I was approached and told, I think your comic might have some inappropriate stuff in it. And I was like, my goodness, Sonny, tell me what you're talking about. What do you mean?
This is one of the
And,
kids. the comic
yes.
creator kid.
And he saw the symbols for cussing, where you put like the star and an ampersand and an exclamation point and a question mark and an ampersand. There is a term for it, but I never remember what it is. But he said, what's that? That's a bad word, right? And I said, well, what word did you think it was? He goes, well, that's got to be like at least the S word. And I'm like, but if a kid doesn't know the cuss word, what word do you think they think it is? And it started dawning on him, and his mom was like, that's not a cuss word. That's no, that's, and she started explaining it too, because I guess he held it in and saved it for me. But I was like, yeah, that's how all age comics get around swearing. You put in
Right.
these symbols,
And
and
it's
then
up
the
to the
child
reader
or
to
the
interpret what word it would be
exactly.
from his
So it was
own
like a great learning
naughty
moment, but it
word.
was funny because in his head, he
Mhm.
thought of an inappropriate word. So he was like, well, that's inappropriate. Well,
Right.
sir, that's in your mind. That's on you.
Hey,
How do you know
Carmen.
I didn't mean darn it? And he's like, huh? I'm like, well, that's what they're there for. So, a child who has never been exposed to a swear word is going to think it's, something
Right.
much less offensive, I guess is the word, even though, some words are definitely questionable, and because they have dual meanings, it doesn't help. Like the
Mhm.
word damn is my favorite one because I've seen so many elementary school kids get giggly because they talk about the dam in the river. The dam in the river. Get it? The dam in the yes, I get it. The dam in the river. I got it. Yes, very funny.
Yeah. Well, again,
Welcome,
um,
Herman.
yes. But I just think it's funny, like when we go to our club and they come up to you and say, yeah, we saw your stream. Chris and I are like, oh my gosh. We have to be really mindful now about what we talk about. And even though we started at 9, I'll be honest, a lot of these younger kids are up until
Well, they're
like
not watching at 9 even though. A lot of
like
them are watching like after school in replay, and it's like,
that is true. That's
oops.
true.
So
Yeah.
really, guys, kids, if you're out there watching and you hear anything you feel was inappropriate, let us know, and we can adjust ourselves. And it's not, and more than anything, we just don't want to offend you. Really, we want to entertain. We don't want to be like, we don't want to get nobody in trouble. You can watch this, and it should be safe.
It should be safe.
Yes.
I think but again, I think you're looking at it. We just really need to be mindful of.
Well, there's nothing major. It's just like we don't want to drop any accidental swears. We don't want to get into certain subjects. Obviously, we don't want to touch on too deeply
Mhm.
because of the subject matter. Right now, in online comic book circles,
Mhm.
there's a ton of drama that I could not even begin to mention here because it's all adult oriented.
Yeah.
But
It's crazy.
really, doesn't all that stuff hurt anyways?
Yeah.
I mean, when I
I
get into
feel like it
drama,
just sucks your energy. Just takes your energy.
well, not only does it suck your energy, but it leaves everybody else with a stale taste because it doesn't matter how right you are.
Mhm.
Nobody wants to hear anybody going off, uh, or at least full time. You can do it once in a while if something bad happens and you need to speak, but
Right.
if you're doing it every night, then you're just a drama cast, and who needs that?
Mhm. It's true.
There's plenty of those out there.
And there are
I can leave links if anybody needs them.
I
I
can
mean,
leave. You're
well, I
funny.
know where the drama is. I've watched it. It's
I
it's
know
not like
you
I'm
have.
immune to it.
I know. I know.
But now
So we
I'm
have
seriously restricted myself to simple, things that people clip. I don't bother watching them anymore. It's too long.
too long. Too long. Too long. Too long. So did you finish your whatever you just ate? Cheeseburger.
Yes, the double quarter pounder is gone.
Ooh. Well, there you go. That's what everybody should have on their birthday dinner.
Now I have to. Hey, what's up, Critical Blast? Hello,
Hey,
RJ.
RJ. Yay, let's go.
The
It's
problem
right.
is with McDonald's, I'm going to be suffering now in about 20 minutes because you get that like, oh, yucky feeling and it's not
Yeah.
filling. And then you're like,
But again, in my defense, I was going to buy him dinner. I was going to take him out for dinner for his
I
birthday.
refuse that. And I ran out of time. I was working on the trailer and I just can't find the right music yet. But I'm looking, it'll come up.
Okay, so Tony's having issues with the website. Not sure what he means by that.
With Fund
You
My
talking about-
Comic. Yeah, I'm
With
not
Fund My
sure. They
Comic
may be
also?
having issues. Let me see what's going on with them. It's coming up on my end. But it's possible they're having issues. The best thing to do is just refresh. But yeah, usually they're good. So I don't know. It might be I don't know what it could be.
Let me see.
So
I just pulled it up.
RJ, the best thing about the new McDonald's really is the quarter pounders are the fresh meat. So it's no longer frozen pink slime. It's very similar to Wendy's. Although I must say I've noticed a higher salt content in the McDonald's than there is in the Wendy's. And maybe that's to hide lesser quality beef. I don't know. Whenever anything's salty, I'm like, what are they trying to hide?
I don't know. But I think it's so funny that we're having this conversation about the food.
Well, it's because you wanted me to have McDonald's. You knew how much I loved it. And you said,
I
daughter,
did not want you to have McDonald's.
Get McDonald's. And daughter said, of course I will.
No, that's because I was sleeping because I was into my new series.
So can I promote the free books again?
Yeah.
Because I'm very excited. Issue 7 is now live on HeroShack.com. And if you like 7, 8 is funding on fundmycomic.com. That's pretty cool.
And we have our first backer. I'm very excited about that.
I am too. I am very
cool.
Cows live on Salt Lick? Oh my God, I didn't realize that.
Like Salt Lick.
I know they like it. I didn't know they lived on it. So that means they're licking it a lot more than I realized.
Well, I think it's a nice snackaroo or something.
I thought it was like Rumplemint. I thought like they would only get it once in a while.
I know. So I have a question about these double-sided cards that you were,
Yes, my love. What about them?
So the card is going to have on the front of it, it's going to have the character, right?
Yes, a high quality piece of art by yours truly, printed on fine metal, which if you've seen the cards, they really do look good. You can put almost anything on those cards and they look dramatically better than they do on paper.
Yeah, it really does. And I like them because you can use them also with little bookmarks or collectors if you're a collector and you want to, if you collect that
also,
sort of thing.
If your name is Gambit, they are incredible as projectiles. Far better than your average deck of cards because they're stiffer. And when you throw them, Gambit, they will fly in the air almost like a throwing knife, unbalanced, of course.
That's not really what I was going to ask, but it's
what
okay.
Was your second question? I'm sorry.
I said, so the front of the card is going to have the character. On the back side of the card is going to be basically the person's powers, the creator, the hero's power. What is the backside again? I know you said it, but I think you should.
So on the backside, there'll be basically battle stats, and that'll include like strength, speed, endurance, experience. Because I've had someone help look at that a little bit. There will be a summary of information on the character, and there'll be a first appearance stamp on the bottom of which issue they first appeared in. One of the things that are going to be really cool about this, though, is particularly with Cyclopian, because they have different chapters in their growth as a hero. They'll be able to have different cards with different information. Sooner rather than later, we'll be issuing the Titans of Justice ashcan, black and white. And that may just be a direct to press without a campaign. It might be a stretch goal. It might be, I don't know what it will be yet, but it'll be out there. And we'll be able to cover the original Titans of Justice and cards. We'll be able to have different eras there. Like there would definitely be a difference between, 16-year-old Captain Aura and, 40-year-old Captain Aura. Or
right.
Yeah.
Or 40.
Being sensitive about our ages.
Well, that happens. We get older as time goes on. So Steph was saying she was having difficulty logging on as well.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's something up in there in like with their end of the internet. Like hopefully it resolves.
But I don't know if they're talking about I don't know what they're trying to.
No, I mean like their state node versus like not their house, but like it could be their carrier. It could be the line into the States having difficulties. The internet is really bizarre because I work on it all day long. I've seen like, one building go down, the other building stay up, or we've had half the town go down and the other half is fine. It's really bizarre. Fortunately, I can tell you without doxing my family that we live close enough to a hospital that we are always the last down and the first up. Right. That's for power and internet. It's almost like a cheat code to life.
Right.
Because everybody else will be like, dang, we didn't get power till, this morning. And we're like, oh yeah, we had it last night.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. Yes.
It is. It is. So I don't know if it's if they're trying to log in and it's just not. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I just tried
understand.
a couple of times to get in, and I
But
was
that's
able
why
to.
I'm saying I think it might be like a regional thing right now, and it
Oh,
just needs to clear. I don't know. You know me. I'm just making stuff up to sound like, reassuring.
sound like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I have
Okay,
no idea
so
what it's not.
then the other question I wanted you to touch on a little bit is
Yes.
the Kung Fu Fiber Frog. So this is a newer character. He was not in Cyclopian 7.
No. Okay, so the Kung Fu Fighting Fiber Frog is a creation of
right.
Master Mutator. And if you followed the series, you know that Master Mutator does some bizarre things with animals. And by bizarre, I mean he mutates them into monsters. For instance, in issue 2, he was the one that mutated the squid monster from an average size to gigantic size.
Right.
He was commissioned specifically to mutate frogs because Forevertron believes that Cyclopian will have an instinctive dislike and fear of frogs based on who he believes he actually is, which has not been revealed, and I don't want to touch on it quite yet because it is revealed in issue 9. And if you've hung around, you know where I'm going with it. But if you're new, you don't, and I don't want to ruin it. Yes. But he's a real frog. The fiber. Oh God, I'm going to mispronounce it. Will you pronounce it for me?
What are you trying to pronounce?
The fiber that he's created from. Cilius?
Cilium? Why don't you just type it out?
Cilium? Yeah, hang on.
Oh, Cilium, yes. PYH.
Yeah. And it's a process where he's using that particular ingredient to make this incredible fiber frog. He also uses a mental download system and loads the frog with Kung Fu 4.0. And this is incredible. The frog comes down. He can fight amazingly. He has knowledge of weapons and moves. And without giving away too much, he also has a love for the mystical lore of Kung Fu. And it goes without saying that he has never encountered superpowered people. And his perception of what he witnesses really changes his outlook on the battle.
Right.
Is that fair to say without giving out too much?
I think so.
I'm very excited about it, though. Tony actually knows because Tony and I have had some behind the scene conversations, but I'm very excited about the turn that this character takes. It makes a lot of sense if you know the reality of Kung Fu and the reality of the community of actual Kung Fu practitioners. In the West, we tend to think of everything as macho and, enemies for life, things like that. But there are things that I've observed in my readings and watchings of Asian entertainment that really gets me excited. I'm incorporating some of that.
Yes.
Yeah. Sweet smackers.
Those would be the cats. If you heard that, our cat, we have those crazy cats we told you about.
Yeah, I don't know what they just knocked over, but it was loud.
I heard it all the way down in my office. Oh yeah, that will be fun.
Yeah,
fun. So yeah,
they are celebrating the launch, baby.
They are having their own like kitten party. So I wanted to touch upon Fiber Frog, as we call him in the thing, because it does give a little bit of a peek into some of the backstory of Peter in a very far reaching.
When you find out who Forevertron believes he is, you'll understand a little bit more about, why the frog is important to Forevertron. And in truth, he was supposed to receive like a whole battalion of these things.
Right.
The problem is the process was actually killing the frog, so he couldn't get it to stick.
Yeah.
But one survived. and that one is In the Battle. And that one actually has a future with the title.
Yeah,
But again, I don't want to spoil it. But yeah,
I know.
he's not like I equal some, who sadly does not leave the state of Florida. When Captain Aura and the guys get out of state, I equal some goes back to his farm.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll revisit him somewhere down the road, but he was a fun character.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about a monthly book, which we are certainly not, but I'm trying to emulate that, is you always introduce new characters. That makes for some very lame characters in comics, and that makes for some legends. And I just hope to get, a little bit of both. Because some of my favorite characters have been the lamest characters.
You're so funny.
Hey, look up the Stilt Man sometime and tell me. Okay. Stanley and his writers, for every like one, Black Panther or Thor or Hulk or Spider-Man, which was actually Steve Ditko and Stanley, there were dozens of like just terrible characters. But you need a cast of characters to feed, because basically, and you've probably heard this before, comics are just, they're like soap operas in a superhero genre.
Oh, really? Never heard that before.
What do you mean you've never heard that?
Leapfrog.
They're written as serials.
RJ's like their leapfrog.
Yeah, but they're like they're serials.
Pot Pete.
You write a storyline that goes an extended run of a book, of a title, and if you're good, people will remember that story. They'll follow that story. Chris Claremont, for instance, had a run on the X-Men that's so incredible it's still legendary. And he went through multiple artists and just kept writing and writing and writing, and the lore is incredible. I mean, when you see people getting excited over Deadpool and Wolverine, that's all rooted in Wolverine, and that's all rooted in Chris Claremont. So, yeah. Very exciting
So I
stuff.
had never heard of Paste Pot Pete that Critical Blast RJ put down. Have you ever heard of that character? It is an actual character, because yes, I did look it up.
I actually have heard of the character. I don't remember. I'm looking him up right now so I can see the image.
Trapster, also known as Paste Pot Pete, is a supervillain appearing in an American comic book published by Marvel Comics. So that must be one of the older ones.
Yes, I remember a couple of versions of him. I'm looking at different versions. I definitely remember the second Paste Pot Pete, but not the first one. At least as they're listed here. And then it looks like they had a newer version. I don't know anything about the newer stuff. Basically, I stopped reading Marvel somewhere in the early 90s. So it's funny when I talk to,
Did you really? Was it that?
Yeah. I stopped really getting into comics when Jace was about 2 or 3. And that had a lot to do with being a single dad and, doing what single dads do, working and providing and paying bills and still trying to be a vivacious young man. I would work full time and then go do semi-pro wrestling, which was not like because I was like, Steve Austin. It was more because I was Freddie Blassie or one of the managers, basically because that's what I did. I managed. And that was fun, but it wasn't pro wrestling. It was more, it was more for show.
It was more for show. I see this.
Which is kind of like an ironic statement talking professional wrestling, but yeah, I didn't have to do any magnificent bumps.
Thank goodness. You would have cried.
Oh, I would have been broken.
I'm like, you would have cried. No, I actually would have been broken. Let me just put it out there. The
work that those guys, the real wrestlers put in, you can say whatever you want about the outcomes being rigged, or you can call it fake. I mean, yeah, they're not trying to hurt each other, but I'm sorry, you throw a 300-pound man in the air off the rope and the other guy is, 275 trying to catch him. There's a good chance something's not going to go right. When it doesn't go right, somebody gets hurt. Deadpool is awesome, and he is a ripoff, which is why, like, all this excitement about him and Wolverine, I'm still like, this really has more to do with Wolverine than Deadpool. Deadpool is just Deadpool, but Wolverine, Logan. Diana, show respect.
Yes, I will.
Logan is a warrior. You should look in the camera and say, okay, Wolverine rocks. Deadpool is an awesome ripoff, but like, I'm not looking forward to the movie in any way except that I'm interested in seeing how they play Wolverine off in the movie, because I've always liked, of course, like everybody else, the banter between the two characters. But like, I'm not like, I don't know, some people are like, oh my God, I can't wait, it's coming. I'm like, yeah, it's coming. I'll probably go out on date night with Diana and see it.
Oh,
but I'm not like,
that.
Yeah, but I'm not like, like I used to be. I remember when Marvel put out a movie, I would be talking to Diana 3 weeks ahead. We got a plan. We got to go.
Yeah.
Especially in the month of May, and Ant-Man killed that. Remember that?
Yeah, we
went out to see Ant-Man, and I was like, I'm done with this. They used to release Spider-Man movies near my birthday. And then one year I think it was actually Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Right.
I'm not positive.
Yeah,
but I did not like that movie.
Yeah. You didn't care for that. That was fun.
I did like the Wasp.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. She's a fine actress, and the character was kind of cool, but I didn't like the writing. I didn't like the effects. Just didn't work. I don't even remember the jokes, but yeah, that's how unforgettable it was for me.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Yeah, you know what, RJ? I used to have that attitude of like, I got to get to the Marvel movie, particularly, of course, after Iron Man. And I didn't suffer from fatigue. Like, I loved Iron Man 2 and 3. I thought Thor, all the Thor movies I liked, the people cutting them up. And I'm like, I don't know, it feels like an issue of Thor. I like it. And then they went Ragnarok, which was all right, but we still haven't sat through Love and Thunder or whatever it is. No, I remember one day I was about to concede. We had the Disney Channel, and I put it on, and literally 3 minutes in, Diana said, "This is stupid. Can we change it?" And I was like, "Seriously? Yes, let's do that," because it was.
Yeah, it was really bad, and I liked the one.
Chris Hemsworth was cosplaying.
What's that?
Or Hemsworth. I felt like Thor was cosplaying.
Yeah, I can see that. You know,
they just made. I felt they made too much of a joke of Thor. So, yeah, I like how Tim puts it. Not bad, but not good either. Yeah, I can watch those. Particularly Iron Man 1. It has so many funny things in it, like the cell phone.
Well, that's Marvel to me. Like, I didn't watch any of the comics. When you talk Marvel, my brain immediately goes to all of the movies that we watched. You and I watched, Chris. So,
well, and one of the things that made that particular movie, I think, very endearing was that it followed a lot of the key points of the comic. It wasn't beat for beat and perfect, but it was damn near to it. Like Iron Man's first suit was very similar. You know, it was a very hacked together piece of the enemies changed a little. I believe he used to fight Japanese or Vietnamese or whatever, and in the movie, of course, it switched to Middle Eastern terrorism. But overall, it was a pretty good, to me, rendition of Iron Man. And this is coming from a guy who tried to collect all of the issues of Iron Man at one point.
Yeah, you did have a pretty big collection way back in the day.
Yeah, well, at one time. It wasn't, it's kind of like when I thought I was a huge Extreme fan and then met real huge Extreme fans. Right. I was into it, but there are definitely people who got into it or are still into it more than I was. I didn't realize how deep it could go. But then again, I never really had the money to blow on it. So, really, wow, weird. Once I got married, I had more disposable income. It was almost like somebody knew how to budget or something.
Well, I'm reading the chat. And RJ said he watched
Korean War.
Yeah, saw that. Yeah, and Korean War. They wimped out on the Mandarin because of racist or
they really did. So the Mandarin, you don't know, but he was like a Chinese. Basically, I'll call him a Chinese Green Lantern that was evil. He had like 10 rings that had all these powers. It was really cool.
Hey,
And then,
Jolly
hey,
Green.
Jolly Green, jinx on you for a Coke, babe. But in the movie, they took him and turned him into a fictional like character that was literally in the movie. They had hired an actor to play the Mandarin who was a cover for another supervillain. They did because they were fearful of the racism thing. Yeah, Fu Manchu.
Yeah. I don't know any of that stuff, but it's really
Well,
good.
that dates back like into basically when we had a very racist sense of entertainment. Now, when I say racist, I'm not judging it. It's just how the society has judged it.
Mhm.
I've never been offended by stereotypes. Whoever they're making fun of, I'm usually like okay with it for the most part.
Yeah.
But definitely the world has changed.
Mm.
So, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it, folks. And I
know.
don't necessarily agree or disagree. A lot of what we do in life, we just kind of got to go, well,
Oh,
you gotta live with it. Unless you got the power to change the world, sometimes you just gotta let it be.
mm-hmm.
I know that sounds horrible, doesn't it? Screw
Well,
it. Let's fight everything evil for the rest of our lives.
no.
I'm not. Yeah. Screw that.
You guys are crazy.
Yellow Claw.
The
Yellow Claw had like a sonic power, didn't he? I think he had like a claw in his hand that shot sonic waves or something. Golly, I'm stretching my brain. I'm gonna have to look him up now, RJ. This is
Mhm.
like how you can derail our show, if you just keep mentioning characters from the 70s and 80s.
You say you want a revolution, will you? He's now
The
quoting.
Beatles. Oh,
God.
Yellow Claw. No, that was even older. Wait. No, okay. I was thinking of someone different, but yeah, Yellow Claw is not who I thought he was. But
Yeah.
he's still yeah, who was I
Mhm.
thinking of? It doesn't matter. So many Marvel characters, but that's kind of what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yes,
And from the 40s. Now, say
Yep.
that sounded like a really old character just from the name of it.
Well, you get the yellow was a racist implication of Asian.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, the
Oh.
claw. Thank you. God, yeah.
See, it's a good thing these guys came in to like keep you on track with all these superheroes there, dude. You're slipping, old man.
I need all the help I can
What
get. I'm
happened?
old.
You're a year older. I can
That's what
already see
happens
the
when
effects of you.
you hit
I am.
50, it starts happening.
I'm just telling you. And
I was stuck at the stoplight the other night.
oh, really? Did you
I couldn't
stop?
remember how to hit the clutch.
What?
I was like, how do I shift?
You did not.
And yeah, so this like 12-year-old was crossing the street and he yelled at me. He said, hit the clutch. And I went, oh, thank you, young man. And I was able to drive away.
So I'm not even going to comment on that.
You've never forgotten where the clutch was?
No.
You never needed a kid to help you?
No.
Oh, well, thank God all the kids play video games because they knew where the clutch was. They pointed at my car and said, yeah.
You are so weird. What is this?
So that's the car I was thinking of.
Aha.
And I know why I thought he was yellow too, because I used to read newsprint and I don't remember him being red. I think the print was probably off. And then pushed the truck carrying toxic waste and got in the kid's eyes and he dropped his turtles. Did we just create Daredevil and the Ninja Turtles?
Mm. I love it.
So do you realize those are tie-ins to like
so much
Daredevil
sense? It does make so much sense, Tim. Trust me, I understand. I do. It's crazy. Did I just say that out loud?
Yeah. Yeah. Why you hate me?
No, I don't hate you. I love you.
Why you hate me? No, that's just
I'm
me
still working on my dolls in case you're wondering.
No, I totally was not wondering because that's all you ever do. She's obsessed. You'd think they were comics or something.
Stop it.
Well, no, you've been doing that the same way I've been making comics. It's become quite a obsession.
Well, it's very
and
relaxing.
she's working on this outfit.
Yes, I cannot wait. You guys, hopefully it will be done. Not hopefully, it will be done.
We'll have video and photographs of it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No matter how good or bad, we will definitely get footage of it.
You know how it's demo Diana time. I'm just going to step into the field of EVA foam and just mold it out and whatever. Just like when I got Wayne's parents killed. Hear me out. I'm reading the chat. Makes so much sense now. Tim says.
I'm reading it too, silly.
Oh,
I can.
you are?
Well,
Can you see the
yeah,
chat?
yeah, when I get real close to the screen.
Where are your glasses at?
Around my neck. You want to see how dumb I look?
You don't look dumb with glasses on. You look very nice.
You're okay. Do I need to put it to a poll?
No, they're not gonna. They're guys. This is all guys in the chat.
Boys and girls.
They're not gonna sit there.
Back in my day, we used to drink coffee.
Yes, I'm making plushies. Tim. Yes. No, your glasses look fine, and you can see. Can you not?
I look better this way, though.
You don't look any better one way or the other. You look like Chris.
No,
Then he
I
put
did a
the
poll
screen
the
up.
other night, and they clearly did not like my glasses.
Oh, really? Okay. He's full of it.
No, well, I might be, but it does sound
Yeah.
authentic.
Yes. So I do. Tim, you're right. I do put panels, but I'm also making handmade dolls as well that are embroidered with the C and the I. And so it's not printed on the little plushies that I make. Those are a
Yeah,
different
she's
style.
advancing her technique.
I would back in our day. Yeah, back in the day. So what else is going on? Were you planning to open the chat tonight or not? Because it is now 10:17. We've been on for about an hour. It is our launch stream, so we can definitely go a little later. And I did take a nap, so I'm not really tired.
All right, there you go, producer.
So guys, if you want to come in and chit chat with us, we just gotta keep
That's
it.
basically her begging for content providing.
Yeah, well, no, I just didn't know if anybody wanted to come in. And if they don't, that's fine too. I mean, absolutely, 100%. Why don't we look at the campaign again? Don't fall asleep.
I just looked. We're at one backer, $20.
I meant,
Unmake
why don't we
comments, let's get started
show
up.
the campaign
Why
again?
don't you do it?
Oh.
So you can read it this time. Do you
want
know
me
how to do it? Yeah. That way I can grab a soda.
Okay, hold on. I have to go to present.
Yep. And then you share.
Okay, hold on. Present. Where'd my little present?
Hey,
go?
Tim.
Hey, Tim. I'm trying to figure this out. Present. Oh, here it is. Okay. Share screen.
So 8 books so far, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think back in? I remember when I was doing just one.
I know, right? It creeps up on you for sure.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm going to grab my soda. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, he does that. I'm going to review. So I have up on screen right now. I think everybody can see it. This is the Great Cyclopian 8. Peter is 19 years old. And in this issue, the previous issues, he's never been knocked out as much as he is in issue 8. And so he's getting really frustrated because he keeps getting knocked out. But as you can see, we have, let me see where I'm at. It's weird because I'm looking up at my big monitor and then trying to look at the camera, but it doesn't really matter. So let me stop my cam so you guys don't see my eyeballs rolling around my head. So the Great Cyclopian issue 8. Let's see. The Great Cyclopian Captain Ora and I=Some have defeated the first Zenith team. But there's another one on the way. When Forevertron and Master Mutator launch an ambush using the Kung Fu fighting fiber frog. Christopher believes in really making names that are hard to say. So the fiber frog is his new character for this book, and he's a very cool character, as you guys will find out if you do back the Great Cyclopian 8. He is the new Zenith's team muscle, as it's read in the description here. Cyclopian finds his rage and no one is safe. Featuring the first appearance of Wiretap and the Cardinal, the assembled team of heroes will be forced to deal with the return of Queen Sting. Issue 8 takes the series to new heights as the mystery behind the great Cyclopian inches closer to its revelation. Don't miss out. So you learn a little bit more about where Peter is possibly from, and this is all the art that we have in the book here. I particularly like this character right here, Fiber Frog, and how Captain Aura is giving a good punch out. I think Chris's art is definitely getting better.
Wow.
And so let's see. Then he is also bringing in Cardinal 1097 AD. This is a work in progress. It will be in the book, but he is working with the original creator of the Cardinal. That's Eric Tamburino, who is the author of Where Man and Monster Meet. And here we have the alternate cover is to be revealed soon. He has not put that up yet because he's been busy finishing everything up. We have stretch goal.
Also, I want to make sure that looks really good. So I'm taking a little time and perfecting it. Just like I have to go back and touch up the cover there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like this stuff won't get done. So I'm like,
Right.
I want to get it launched. And if you've been with us before, you know, we kind of evolve the campaign a little bit as we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like too many major shifts or anything, but I'll update art. I'll change phrasing. Occasionally we'll add tiers, especially if there's a need.
Yeah.
Like we haven't got any way to get back issues on this one other than the PDFs.
I was just getting ready to talk to you about the rewards are pretty straightforward. So you can get the book $15 in US, United States. Shipping is included, so all you pay is $15. And you'll be able to pick the cover options once, you know, when he reveals the cover, hopefully sooner than later. We do have, now this is a double-sided metal card set. So it is a little bit
Our first double-sided metal.
It's our first double card set. We've been very pleased with the metal card sets that we have offered in our previous campaigns. We wanted to do something a little bit different, and I can't wait to see them. So
hey, so real quick, I want to point out they are more expensive than any other deck we've ever done, and that's because it costs a lot to print on both sides of the metal.
Yeah.
But to continue doing it without a backside would be ignoring the customers that we have that do buy them. They repeatedly said, "Hey, how come there's nothing on the back?" And I'm like, because it costs just as much to print the other side.
Right, exactly. But we decided this issue, this campaign, we were going to offer them. Then, of course, we have the exclusive limited edition shirt available, and our Peter's PDF reading project, which is a great way if you're on a budget. But please note they are also available on our website to read. So there you go.
And what you see there, actually, there's a good example of one of the tweaks I'll be making. Tonight, issue 7 was placed on HeroShack.com's PDF list. You can read it for free. So I'm going to put the cover on that to reflect the updated website. So that's like an example of one of the tweaks I'll do to the campaign just in the early stages here. And it does lead to the wonderful opportunity for anybody out there on the fence about backing. You can jump onto our website. You can read issues 1 through 7.
Right.
Take note of the progression of the book, the improvement in quality.
Yeah.
And enjoy. And if you don't like it, no big deal. Just consider letting us know.
In what way do you feel that the character has evolved since issue 1? Since you've had like 8 issues?
Oh my gosh. Well, it technically he premiered as an infant, so yeah, in size, but in a bigger way, what's happening now is he's going from basically being a sheltered military kid. And he didn't know he was a military kid. He was raised on a military base in basically a setup prop town. But he's going from that to being exposed to the world, the reality of heroism, and the reality of working on a government team, which he does not like. As we saw in issue 6, he gets rather rebellious, and we're going to learn a little bit about that because he does have a rather cocky attitude about things when he gets his gumption going. And it's going to be part of the next story arc where he has to mature. And that, of
Well, I
course,
was just going to say he's maturing.
right.
He's
It goes
definitely
back to the
maturing.
hero's journey.
Yeah.
So
He is on a long walk.
apparently in the story
he's coming into his own as a hero.
He's getting knocked out a lot, and he's getting frustrated. It's just like part of his growth is that he realized, oh, there's tougher villains outside this little sheltered world I live in.
Well, in a way, but it's almost like his Matrix stop trying to hit me and hit me moment. So basically he's been the strong kid who's been afraid to like tackle in football.
Right.
Or afraid to really grab the
He's
other
been
kid
really
and
afraid to use his powers, really. You know.
By the way, hi Rick.
Hello. So maybe a little bit like Clark
What up,
Kent
Rick?
when he was in high school.
Yeah.
There will always be similarities to Superman because he is believed to be an extraterrestrial. But oh my, yes, the next few issues are going to be exciting.
And hi, Tim.
Issue 8, basically, if you know what's happening, you'll know what's happening. Issue 9 will spell it out explicitly. And then 10, 11, and 12 are basically trying to band-aid his life back together with the help of some well-selected friends. Diana didn't smile. You were supposed to smile at that, Diana.
I'm sorry. Is that my smile? Hey, Rick, how are you?
All right.
Yeah.
I guess.
Are you still in Canada?
Yes, I'm still in Canada. I'm back in Ontario, and I've been up at my dad's for the last couple weeks.
Okay.
Probably actually going to be either, I'm not sure whether tomorrow or next week, going back to Hamilton to stay.
Okay. You've been like a traveling guy, huh?
Yeah, it seems that way.
Where do you think you're going to stay at?
Well, I'm probably going to stay at my cousin's for a few weeks, couple months, depending, try and find myself a place, rent it out, and if not, get on social assistance while I'm looking for a job,
Yep.
and part of that is, like I've been looking for a job up around here that hasn't gone too well. I haven't been able to find anything, but I've only been here 2 weeks too, or just over 2 weeks. So, really expect, but it's a while, and it's hard to find something because the town that I'm living in is like 400 people. There's other towns around, but they're 10 or 12 kilometers away. The biggest town around, Owen Sound is like a 20-minute drive via car, so or more. So, and that's to the edge of town. So, and I've been putting my resume out around this area. I've also, been putting it out in Hamilton, and a couple people have reached out for interviews. Technically, so the one I had to say that I wasn't going to be able to do. They want to do one like tomorrow, and I'm like, I'm not available to. Not available tomorrow,
Right.
because as you know, I don't drive, so getting down to Hamilton is a little harder. Takes a little longer, you know.
Well, that's
but
good though. At least
one,
you have people reaching out to you. That's always encouraging,
Yes. And another one again reached out about tomorrow. And I said to the one that I said to both of them basically, I have a commitment tomorrow. I can't do it. The one said, well, we're only doing our interviews tomorrow. Sorry. And so like I said, thank you for the consideration. And the one hasn't gotten back to me yet. So I'm hoping that they get back to me early tomorrow and I can get on my way down for Friday or Monday,
But that's good. It sounds like you have at least some stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
That's always a good thing. Yeah. It's encouraging. Did you guys just hear all those pans by any chance?
I did.
No.
I'm thankful because I don't know what these cats are doing.
were the fans in the chat?
No, the pans, the pots and pans
Oh.
that are upstairs
Oh,
in
pan.
my pans, like a
Pan.
cooking pan.
Yeah,
And
while you were
I thought
talking,
you
there was
said
a
pan.
huge. Yeah, while you
No.
were talking, there was a huge crash,
I
and
think in the kitchen area.
the cats came running down the hall and into the bedroom. So I know that they dumped something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So when I go up, I'm
And
gonna
scared
have
themselves?
Oh,
my
they do
God.
all the time. They knock stuff over and they'll fly through the house
Ridiculous.
terrified.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Mhm.
So I didn't know if you could hear that. I'm like, sorry.
No, I didn't hear it. And something else, more on the comic side of things. I do have the first 3 pages, not by me, but by my artist, Evan Crespo, who was on number 2. The first 3 pages sketched out for Canadian Shield 3.
Nice.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Cool.
That's awesome. Well, that's good to
Nice.
hear. Good to hear.
Oh, hopefully more of that will be coming soon. I gotta keep on them. Hopefully there would have been hopefully more, except he had some sort of infection in his thumb and he had to go for surgery for it.
Damn.
Yikes.
That'll slow up a drawing process.
That sure will.
No, I'm sure Chris has seen, because I tweeted at him like twice, all the pages of Melvin Bohr so far.
Yes.
Actually, I haven't seen them. I just how do I put this? I just started seeing your posts. I don't know what happened. Like today I saw you and I was like, okay, follow back. And like so I haven't seen them, or at least I haven't been on
But you
actually
haven't
all
really-
night. Because
That's
what
cool.
happened was I got home and I started working on a trailer. I've changed the song 3 times and I'm still not happy. I'm still looking for
Oh,
that
man.
right fit. But it'll come. And,
Yeah.
So I haven't seen them, but I will see them. I'll show you guys. This is like 30 seconds, but it's going to change. Actually, that's the
And,
end.
and also congratulations on your launch here. too.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Rick.
So this was the beginning, but it's still,
You're
like
so
I said,
laid
it's
back
rough.
with the lunches. What in the world?
Yeah, and that's where I had to stop. That was about 5 till 9. And I said, oh, crap. And I went out to the living room and Diana said, oh, crap, because she was sleeping.
Yeah.
And that started our show.
Yep.
That
and,
artwork looks really crisp.
Thank you. It's
I was gonna say I
Go
like the
ahead.
picture of your dog with the Cyclopian mask.
Oh, did you
well,
like
that was interesting because that was a model she made in papers because she's making a real one.
Mhm.
And the cat kept sticking his head in it and trying to run away with it.
Yeah,
so
she
she
kept
was like,
knocking him off the table. I'm like, what are you doing, Braveheart? He's such a goofball. So I said, hey, get him. We'll get a quick picture. So that was so I'm working with EVA foam. I don't know if you guys, that's what cosplayers use to make like the helmets and all of those really cool things. So I'm not an artist. I've never used this medium before in my entire life. So I'm going to step out and try and create this costume for a friend who is going to hopefully wear it to our first con of the season next Saturday. So right now it's still in paper form, but I do have all the materials, and that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. Is I will be cutting and heating. I got a heat gun. I got everything I need to make it, and yeah, I'm excited about it. Of course, I still have the dolls that I'm working on, as you can see. Still working on these. I've got my plushies. Those are the ones that I print the pattern out, and I just
What I meant by there was this DC plushie or doll or whatever that was in one of those claw machines.
Mm-hmm.
And it was made up entirely out of panels from the comic book. Like you could see like a panel from like I think Batman or.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I thought, would it be great for a Cyclopian plushie where you have a huge white eye, but
Yeah.
like the suit's made out of like different panels from every all 8
Oh,
issues.
right. Oh, yeah. That would be kind of cool, actually. That's a great
She's
idea.
done it with
Lee.
Marvel characters. You should do it with one of ours, though.
I know.
Not Marvel.
Yeah.
I know. Remember that?
Yeah,
prototype.
you've got to get that stuff printed on a sheet or some.
That's what I was
fabric.
just gonna say. I was gonna say you can get it. I could literally take pages out of the comic and have it printed on fabric for sure.
There you
that,
go.
yeah. So he's still working on his office. That's the paper towel that I was using earlier because that's part of his birthday gift. I was helping him organize tonight. Trying to keep my.
Oh, when was
heavy
your
up.
birthday?
Today is his birthday.
It was April 31st.
No, his birthday is today, guys. Don't let him fool you.
Well,
Who's the
if
birthday
it was
boy?
April 31st, then you don't exist.
He doesn't.
And he's gone just like that. He doesn't exist.
Poof.
No.
Well,
I do
well,
do a lot
happy
of
birthday.
dodging, but yeah, today was my birthday day.
Tomorrow is my dad's birthday, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Look at that. You're surrounded by cool people, Chris.
He will be 76.
76?
Hey, I went into a kindergarten today to fix a switch box with another tech.
Okay.
And I looked down and there was a young man with a crown on. And I said, "Young man, is it your birthday today?" And he nodded yes. He was all happy. And he goes, "I'm this many." And he showed me 6 fingers. And I flashed him 2 5s. I said, 55, bro. I'm old. And he giggled. They do like it when we make fun of ourselves.
Yeah,
I've got like 50 years on you, kid.
Yeah, it was great.
I know. That's
Oh,
funny.
I was looking-
you think 6 is something, you just wait till you hit 50.
That's. I could just see it too. They're so. Oh my gosh, I love working in the kindergarten classes. They're so sweet.
So I just wanted to show off something. It was a gift, and I'm very happy with it. So I wanted to. Dun,
Yes.
dun, dun, dun. The
Oh,
first
wow.
appearance of Gambit.
Oh,
Is that-
wow.
And
is
it's
that-
one of these things.
Oh, wow. And it's graded a 9.6. That is a good
It's
grade.
good. It's so good.
Yep.
So I
Now-
took
now
it
have
out
you
and I
looked-
read it, and I only bent the cover twice. No, I'm kidding. I
No,
didn't do that.
he did not. I'm like, no,
Once
you
I
didn't.
think they're sealed. I think once they're sealed in those things, it's very hard to get them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He's
think the idea is to
he's
never take
fooling
them off.
around.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's awesome. That's going up on the wall.
Is
soon.
that
Yeah.
a Herbert drawing?
Oh,
Was it one
I
of
think it
Herbert,
is.
wasn't
Do you know how much
Is it?
it's worth? There is a question. How much is a 9.6?
yeah, it's Herbert. When I looked, it was somewhere around 300.
Oh, that's not too bad.
If
Yeah.
I got it signed by Chris Claremont, it would be worth almost 6,000.
Right. But it was a gift and we love it. And, you know,
It was unexpected, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's so cool. I'm like, oh my god, the first appearance of
and
Gambit.
it's the first, I think it's the first like graded comic you've ever owned, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
I
because
feel-
I've never gotten a graded comic. Like,
No,
You,
yeah.
you
I'm
know
lucky
what
if
you
I
should
keep them
do
in the
at a
back.
convention? You know what you should do at a convention if they have it? You should get an issue of the Great Cyclopian #1 grade.
Hey, Tony.
Get it
yeah, I
graded?
probably could, couldn't I? I could go get it graded right there, and what do
Yeah.
they call that? Slabbed, graded and slabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next
you gonna
time
put
I'm
that on
at
your
a
wall?
convention and I might do that myself too.
That's
What was that,
interesting.
Tim?
You gonna put that on your wall?
Actually, I think
Okay.
what we're doing is we're going to put a shelving unit back there that I can put it on. Is that the idea?
Yes, dear, that's the idea.
Yeah,
I haven't finished demo Diane in his studio yet.
It comes with a really cool like plastic stand for it. You know,
yeah. You could call it
But-
your wall of awesome stuff.
Yes.
I'm starting to get some really cool stuff like this freaking thing rocks.
That is a giant chicken.
Well, this
That is, you are really chicken with that.
was in response to somebody getting this. Same guy, actually.
Yeah.
But,
That is terrifying.
Isn't that funny? My dog is like ready to attack it. We have to put it away. She thinks it's a toy
they
for
get
her.
upset and come after it.
She will go after it. She's like, holy crap.
Some
But yeah,
people
Let me,
are
starting to-
let me have that big chicken. I'll take care of it.
We're starting to get like a gallery of stuff, so we're just gonna start putting it behind me and let it gather up. And
That's definitely a conversation piece right
Oh.
there.
Right?
Check out my giant chicken.
So are you recording this demo Dianeing that room?
I
No.
didn't tonight because it was no, I
my
didn't.
birthday, and I kicked you out at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, who did?
Yeah.
said,
I say,
"Well,
I'm just thinking it would have been a neat thing to show the transformation of that room, a video.
well, and I'm going
That
to
would be.
because it's not completely transformed yet. It's
yeah, well, I figured that it's not completely transformed yet.
what
I'm
other
just saying.
damage could you do to my world?
So how's your knee, Diana? Did you?
My knee thankfully is getting better. I still can't do stairs very well. I'm very awkward on the stairs, but I can like walk normally and I can do stuff around the house. And so I think it's healing. My doctor said if I can't do stairs by the end of this week, like comfortably, I'm going to call my doctor again. They may have to take that bone spur off my knee, but I'm very thankful that I have an elevator at work, and my children have been enjoying elevator rides with Miss Diana. I said, yeah, I can't do because we have like 2 flights of stairs, like to go up to get some of my students, the first graders and second graders. So it's been lovely.
Did you catch what Tony just said? Because I just want to emphasize that
No,
the new action figures are coming, and they are
Oh.
going to be. Oh my God! So I'll fill you guys in a little bit, and I don't really I have photographs, but I don't think I should show them until they're done.
Yeah.
But he went out and got a whole bunch of green-eyed marbles and balls, and got the cosplay plastic putty basically. And he and his son are like making these custom crafted mashup dolls, kit dolls. I don't know what you want to call them, action figures. Right? Yeah. And yes. And so they've already got, the Cardinal, Wiretap, and Captain Aura.
Really?
But Peter's coming. And he's gonna be badass. I've already seen the beginnings of him, and yeah, he's gonna be And in fact, I may not get on camera after I get him. I may just put him in front of a camera and just mic myself in, because he'll probably be better looking than me.
Well, you don't look like Peter, so just saying.
Well, yeah, but if I did, I'd be better looking.
Well,
you know what? If he could, what it would be neat to see him do is videotape him doing the kit bashing of Cyclopian or any of these. If he thinks to film
Yeah,
it,
that would have been cool. The only problem with Cap is that I live too far away from him, because that would have been cool to videotape. But to get up there to do it is a drive and a half, and then getting home.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, he could videotape it himself and just send it to you over Google Drive to edit, or he could edit it and then send it to you, and then you could just put it up on your channel.
Yeah, technically, I don't know where it's at in the stages of creation, but you're technically right. I do know that. Well, I believe that the 2 artists in question are doing their things on separate locations or whatever, like at separate times. But
Joey says, "Geez, the expectations are set high now."
yeah.
holy what? Oh, that is cool. So right now I'm looking at pieces of what I believe to be the Cardinal, and
see.
I don't know. Cap, am I allowed to show this stuff? I don't know if this is top secret or not. Let's see what he says. If he says nothing,
we'll get clearance from Cap.
Yeah, I got to get clearance, guys, from the creator, because he's still.
Well, I don't want to put his stuff up too early,
Right.
jeopardize the creation or the
You want to make people wait. I get it.
Well,
Sweet
I don't want to be
Samantha.
one of those guys who just gets out and starts. Oh no, shut up, Chris. I almost said something bad.
Yep. I don't know if he meant yup that you can show it or yup. I don't know what he's talking about. Tony, do you
Yup
mean
means
you can-
yup.
Yep. All right. So there you go.
You got
All
the,
right,
you
so-
got the green light.
Got the
Let me
green light
take
there.
a couple of shots here because believe it or not, it's easier to take pictures of them than it is to save them because they came through Messenger. Oh,
Right.
this is the best one. So
Joey
in their
says,
journey,
I'm showing it. I'm painting them. You
in the
do, my
journey of
man.
heroes. Okay, wait. Okay, so one more. Nope, that's good. Okay, so now I
Dun,
just
dun,
have to
dun,
drag
dun.
through
Drum
the
roll,
crowd.
please.
Don't drum roll yet.
Oh, sorry.
All right, hang on. I might bounce myself out. If I do, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm still
If we
here,
let
right?
you in.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're still here. I
All
think.
right, I didn't bounce myself out then. Good. All right, no, that's a repeat. Go back here and grab that one. All right. Wow, I'm really bad at that part. Okay,
You said it.
All
not
right.
us.
we're almost ready. Are we ready? We are ready. Present.
We're just waiting. Yes.
Share screen.
Go, go, go.
Okay, so
Doo-doo-doo.
first we'll look at
Screen share.
this. This is a cape with
Oh
a
my gosh.
beheaded head. But that, of course, is a head that's removable from the body. And that
Yeah.
would be
From
the
that-
cardinal.
Yeah, that looks like it was might be off of either a He-Man figure or a Marvel character.
It looks like they
Could
used
be
Moon Knight.
Magneto.
It looks like they used Moon Knight's head.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
somebody,
could be
yeah. Yeah. In fact,
And that's a Superman cape, I think.
That's cool,
hang
though.
on.
That still looks kind of cool though. No lie.
Yeah.
The suspense is killing us. Dum, dum, dum.
Yeah, hang on. I'm getting messages. So this isn't fair to the viewing audience, but I'm getting some messages. So hang on. All right. So I have more pictures to show, but I'll show the next one here. So that's the first picture. Remove and share. So this will be the next one, of course, because why would I show you?
And Tony says you're correct, Tim. That was
All right.
midnight.
So here's a good shot of Wiretap and Captain Aura.
Oh, look at how cool
Wire-
that is.
Wiretap Wiretap has the Captain Aura logo right now. He actually has his own logo as well.
Okay,
yeah,
I was gonna say he looks like some sort of
That
bad
looks
version
cool.
of Captain Aura.
Well, he's actually, there's a relation there. And there
Yeah.
will be a time when Wiretap has that logo, but not right now in the book.
That is actually kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good at it too. So let me remove this one.
I want a Melvin Kit Bash figure so badly now.
I'm wanting to
Yeah,
do a
when
kit bash soon because it looks so much fun, but I want to find like one that, I don't know, maybe I'll
You
do
gotta
Forever
find
Chronicles.
somebody
Maybe I
that'll
like
do it for you, Tim.
I know.
So this, of course, you've already seen Wiretap and Captain Aura. There's an early version of Cardinal that definitely gives away his major part of his kit. And in the background, you see what will be the Great Cyclopian. And any Marvel fan can surely identify the gray figure, but
Yeah,
he
yeah.
won't be gray by the
Gray
time
Hulk.
he's done. Oh,
Still
yeah.
work.
It's definitely
It
a kit
work.
bash, right?
Yeah. It totally
Well,
worked.
I'm not sure whether that's so much a kit bash because it looks like he's going to use the whole Hulk except for the head and just make his own unique
Oh yeah,
head.
but when you see
Yeah.
the head is like a whole it's a process in itself.
Yeah,
completely.
the head. Yeah,
Yeah,
putting
like
a whole new head on it that he has to make himself.
yeah, it's kind of cool the way they're going to be doing it. Because we've discussed it. I've never done it. And to be honest, so I think this is the T-shirt he wants me to show, which is this is actually the T-shirt from the the last
7.
campaign.
Yeah.
nice.
It's hard to see that which shirt that is.
Don't you have one with him and his wifey Pooh? No.
I don't know. I'm getting pictures as I'm talking. Yes, these are cool too. So this is kind of like a sneak preview, in a way. So let me take a picture of it and understand this was before it was clear on how many eyeballs Cyclopian had. So this is an early rendition. I'm actually making a joke. I don't know if it's going to come across, but all right, share screen. So this is when Cyclopian had 2 eyes, one out his belly button and one out his head. No, I'm sure he put that there just to show the 2 eyeballs, but that's about the placement of the eye, and then the plastic molding is going to go on top and meld into the chest and shoulder area, I'm sure.
Yeah. I actually like that. He looks like the Marvel, well, except for the size, looks almost like the character from Marvel, One-Eyed Jack or something like that he's called.
I don't know him. I'll have to look him up.
With I drew him a long time ago. He's basically a character that's got an eye for a head.
Awesome. Now we're all Googling him. Let's see.
That's so
like
cool.
I said, I probably have the name off. So
no, I found a One-Eyed Jack. I'm waiting to see his picture. His picture isn't what I thought it would be, though. Hang on, I'll show you. I'll show you what they have, at least on the Marvel Wiki.
Excuse me.
And I can tell you whether it's the one that I think, because I actually drew him. Somebody wanted me to draw him on stream. And
yeah, no, I'm pretty sure this wouldn't be the guy you're thinking of.
Oh,
can you see him?
Definitely. Yeah, the guy in yellow, that's not him for sure.
Yeah, no, he's named One-Eyed Jack from Earth 928 and appeared in X-Men 2019.
Look up, maybe on Google, look up One-Eyed Hero from Marvel or One-Eyed Villain from Marvel. And Tony's saying, just wait about something.
Probably
the
about
show in April.
When he's finished the action figure for Cyclopian is going to really.
So that's cool. What, May 10th or 11th, honey?
May 11th. Next Saturday, guys. Not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday.
Tony says, try the orb.
Yeah, this is Shuma Gorath. Let's try it. Aha.
That looks similar, but it's still not.
No, he's actually got an eyeball head.
Yeah.
Like he's got no shielding on it, but it's interesting. No, I want to get a better picture though. These are like I went to the Marvel database and it killed it. So let me find images. Yeah, these are better. Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's cool. I wouldn't kick them out of my kitchen.
Yeah, the one that has Amazon underneath it looks similar to what I drew.
Do what? Rickster, what'd you say?
Oh, the one the one with that one there that looks similar with the spandex, or not the blue and the stars.
The blue with the stars. Not that one.
No, just down a little bit.
Oh, you mean the blue stripe and stars?
Yeah.
The Evel Knievel version.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what they would call him, but that's what he kind of looks like. 2086.
But when I seen that big version of the Hulk with that eyeball like that, that's sort of what it reminded me of.
So I wonder how he protects the sides of his eyeball. That would be hard.
I
know.
bet you he gets.
Tony's going lame. Peter would smash him.
I bet you he gets. What are you staring at? A lot.
Yeah. It's a valid.
Obviously,
Oh.
he needs Visine, and he's not getting it. He's
You know
got
what
to
I'm
get the red
thinking?
out.
Staring contest champion.
I've never seen this guy before. Now I want to kind of like learn more about him, but not like right now, but like in the future.
In the future. Your future lifetime.
Well, I'm very proud of the fact that Peter has no ears, nose, or mouth, but that's another one. Like that's very rarely have I seen no eyes and no mouth. So I'm like, or no nose and no mouth. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. You'll see an eye with a mouth usually, and they'll like have a skull cranium type thing, kind of like the character premiering in issue 9, which I shall not tip tonight, but there is one coming. I've tipped it once before, but I'll keep it quiet because I don't want her to get overexposed.
Violet Vamp.
No, nope. So issue 9 is going to be a total gear shift, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to reveal a lot about Peter. And like I said, like these are all going to be in an attempt kind of to draw him back into reality because he's going to get, he's a teenager. He's not very happy. You see the college kids today, you know the kind of angst they have. Now he's not going to go protest out of college, but he's going to do his own little private rebellion.
Oh, kids always do that, right?
Rebellion or protest at college?
Rebellion, or most kids do some sort of rebellion.
Yeah, well, at some point, that's kind of a scary thing though, because I guess every kid does it. But I remember I was so blessed because my kid was really, really well behaved. But I guess looking back, there were some things that he did that were still rebellious within the context of our family. But like we never had like the cops on our door or anything like that. So we were very fortunate in that sense.
Yeah. Well, most people don't end up, I think, having the cops called or whatever. But there's
in my family, they did.
I was lucky that I didn't get the cops called on me.
Oh no, we all had cop calls. Although I will admit the worst thing that ever happened to me was we got caught tipping barrels in a schoolyard like at 1 or 2 in the morning or something. So the cop took our names and then made us promise to come back and clean it in the morning, which we did, and then he let us go and gave us the lecture. But that was really about the worst I ever had to deal with. But like my cousins, I had one cousin, anytime there was a car stolen within 20 miles of his house, they would go to his house first to see if he knew anything. Because for a while he knew everything. It was his deal. And like, yeah. I say, well, do you know anything about this Cadillac down the street? And either he did or he knew something about it. It's like, oh.
Well, at least he wasn't my cousin who tried to rob a drug dealer with a broken shotgun.
Wow.
Did
you say a broken shotgun?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Didn't say he was smart.
Well,
he also
it's
took
all in the effort, right?
He also took a taxi cab to and from the heist.
My goodness.
That's how I got caught, apparently. Yeah,
well,
he went to the big prison. He went to the one in Walla Walla.
Walla Bing Bang.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that song.
Ching Chang.
Hey, look, Diana doesn't know she's
Walla Bing Bang.
I'm still
Hello,
muted. I'm
baby
sorry.
doll.
Hi, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I don't think anybody noticed I was gone, but that's
You think
all right.
Diana's gonna get back?
I'm back. I'm here.
I knew you were gone. I saw your little mute button.
Oh,
yeah. I also saw the chat that said BRB.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was that.
Thank you. There.
I thought you were saying
And then
barbecue and you couldn't spell it.
What?
I thought you were trying to spell barbecue and messed up.
No. Oh my God. So guys, I am.
Is
very
it that time? It's 11 o'clock.
I know. I got to get to bed. But look at how late I stayed up, and I was quite perky. I
Well, I'm
wasn't
going to
falling
come too
asleep.
because, like, I have to go to work in the morning.
Right?
Yeah,
Um,
like we do. Yeah, I know. I do too.
But
But
guys, we've really enjoyed tonight. I'll be
Yeah.
on for the next 45 days consecutively with probably one or two missed. So check back. We'll be updating on the campaign,
Nice.
adjusting ever so
Where
slightly.
are you on the campaign? What have you reached?
One
so
backer,
far?
$20, but I know that we've had backers having issues, so maybe there's something going on at Fund My Comic and it'll clear up. But normally they're very reliable.
Have you checked recently?
I thought I saw
Yeah.
4
yeah.
backers.
You should check.
Maybe
just
mine's not
above the
updating.
screen.
I haven't checked. Let me check.
I've only got one, but I may not be updating, or I might even be on the wrong page. I don't know.
You
No,
might
it's
be
the
on
right
the-
page.
You're on the wrong
Oh, I'm
page.
sorry. That's 4%. My apologies.
It's not that big of a deal, though. We have 45 days, and yeah, I'm very confident. I mean, she set it at $500,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which was surprising because, like, I think what did I do last time? 1,000.
Yeah.
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 Well, it'll
But
be
yeah,
a good
we have-
experiment. 'Cause I think if you aim
And
higher,
yeah.
you get higher.
And again, guys, you know our track record when it comes to these things. We don't do any much publicizing that we're launching an hour or two before. Hey.
By the way, we're
launching
gonna
now.
have a stream, yeah. But that's kind of the way I like it. I like doing soft launch.
Right,
Obviously,
so-
didn't know. Well, I'm gonna have to have you guys on in a couple weeks to,
Yeah, that'd be great.
I just need to figure out what I'm doing, where I'm going.
Just
Oh,
reach out.
snap.
No worries. We're just
Oh man,
reaching
hang
out.
on. I got to show you guys something.
What?
I got another picture.
Okay.
Let me open it so I can
All
get a
right.
good picture of it. Come on, open. Open. There we go. Okay. Oh, this looks very freaking cool.
You
All right, here we
gonna sell it? You're gonna make like packaging for it and sell it as like a pack, all these figures?
I think he could, but I don't think he could get anybody to actually pay for it because like the action figures are expensive. So like to put one together, like we had a kid going, "Hey, can you get one for me for like $5?" And I'm thinking, I can't even get a glove for $5. What are you talking about?
I can't get one for me for $5.
Yeah, it's like, sorry, kid. I wish, like, and if we were doing something like with mass production or something, I'm sure the price would come down. I don't think it would go down
I
that
could
much.
see the packaging for that being like the GI Joe Classified series.
All right, I think I can do it now. Is it saved?
Oh,
Yes. Okay.
Or like with the Marvel Legend figures, where it's like they have like a build the figure where like each action figure comes with like an arm of a character you're supposed to put together, or a head. Or have you seen those?
Hey, Tony, we'll talk to you later.
I was just
Right.
responding back to him.
So this is what just came over,
Whoa!
and that just looks cool.
That looks really good.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh my
Kinda
God.
gets a
Cardinal's
pack.
gonna look so great.
Mhm.
So is the Cardinal going to be like cloak like cloak and
He
dagger?
has a cloak, but of course underneath he doesn't, have any clothes on. No, he has a costume on underneath.
Well, yeah, Cloak does from Cloak and Dagger too, but
No, but he's not
that's
going to
what
do
it-
like the cloak and dagger thing. No, not like the shadow cloak and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Well,
there
I
will
don't-
be
I
some
don't-
functional reason for that cloak.
yeah. Well, I didn't mean it in the sense of using it like Cloak uses it to transport. I just more meant the big style and usually all around him like that one look. But if he opens it up, you do see the body, and all that.
That leads to an interesting question, though, and I never saw Cloak and Dagger, the TV show, so I don't know if they've actually done it.
I never saw it
Yeah,
either.
I haven't
Oh, I
seen
did
any cartoons either. I know they were in cartoons.
Yeah, I think they were in Spider-Man, the animated series. once.
So when the books
They
came out, like I was reading them when they came out in a mini series, and they were part of the Spider-Man series, and I always
Yeah.
interpreted the cape to be almost alive, like Cloak's cape was not of its own like consciousness, but it had like for instance, it would point up into the air and curl out and like go down a little bit, like it had some sort
Yeah,
of sense of extension to it, as
Well, it's
I
opposed to
think
just hanging.
I think that was Cloak himself controlling it somehow.
Yeah.
Unlike where,
Is it more like Spawn's
unlike
costume?
with, yeah, I was going to say Spawn. Spawnscape has got a more sentientness to it,
Well,
Right.
Spawn's costume.
or even Doctor Strange's.
Doctor
Spawn's
Strange has its own freaking actor.
Spawn's costume can technically bleed.
Yeah, I don't think Cloak's could.
Tony's
But
saying
Cloak and
something
Dagger,
about Steve's previous pick.
when they first came out, I want to say it was Rob Leninardi or something like that was the artist, but that whole series was just so cool because the art was different and their characters were different, and they were black and white and not thrown into a romance at that point. I think they did that much later in their story arc. But to me, that was fascinating that you could have a male and a female connected so closely with powers that they didn't make romantic. And as a teen, I found that to be a compelling storyline.
They're more like
Yeah,
family.
it's almost like Hawk and Dove too. You know,
Yeah.
They're more like a family and not romantically involved.
Of course, Hawk and Dove would be from that company, right?
yeah.
The other company.
The other
Yeah.
company, yeah.
Yeah. I think they have a couple of good characters. Like they have Wonder Bat and Superman and Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman.
Green
Super Bat.
Aquaman.
No,
Don't forget
Superwoman.
Waterman. Yes, Waterman is good.
Water dude.
There we go. Superwoman, Wonder Bat, and
Ring guy.
Man.
Ring guy.
Mm.
Yeah, he could have doorbell powers.
That you got Ring Guy is actually Power Ring is the villain technically in the antimatter universe for Green Lantern.
Really? I didn't know that.
So
I don't know
guess
much
he's
about
not Power
DC.
Ring, but
DC, my knowledge of DC is so weak. And like you could literally tell me something crazy and I would probably believe it, like
we're
Well,
talking the Crime Syndicate of America.
Now you're
Power
talking
Ring.
about Marvel or Image. I'd be more knowledgeable.
yeah, but I've had issues there too. Like I've had kids tell me I read the classic X-Men, back in the 2000s, and I'm like, I stopped reading them 20 years before that, dude. Like, they have like no sense of like the original characters because they don't really have a sense of the original series.
I felt
That's what you say. That's not classic X-Men. The X-Men go back to 1960 whatever.
I think it was 60. Was it 6? No. Must have been 6. Wow, what was it? 63?
That's classic X-Men.
Yeah,
the original the original 5 X-Men, of course, were Cyclops, Jean Grey, aka Marvel Girl,
and they became
Iceman,
and the Beast, but he wasn't blue.
Yeah, Beast, and Angel.
Yeah, see, when I
get Iceman.
Yeah, I said Iceman.
When I heard of them, they were X Factor.
Isn't that a bit derivative?
I don't know.
That's a joke on Deadpool too. When he said the team was going to be called X Factor, yeah, that one chick looked at him and said, "Isn't that a bit derivative?" Or kind of derivative.
They became X Force, so and they all got killed in silly ways.
That was actually possibly one of my favorite superhero events after the good MCU.
So that there begs a question for you, Chris. Are you gonna go see Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah, we were talking about that. I probably will. And
I
it's
know
not
I
like
am.
I'm overly excited, but okay,
Well,
yeah, I'll throw him $10 to
Ryan
go see
Reynolds
this.
is really sticking it to the actress of She-Hulk and Brie Larson. He's cut all their scenes out practically that they had, if not all of them,
The only
because
problem
they
I
were
have is,
being a little.
so I think I've become a little jaded to drama, like the whole CG
Yeah.
thing. I'm just like, okay, so like, bravo. I hope Ryan Reynolds really puts it to him, but I hope this doesn't create like another Gina Carano episode or something. You know, like I'm just like, God, I'm just almost
No.
ready to melt over all the fighting. I'm like, please, Ryan, just get a good movie out.
That's what he's trying to do, and
Right.
you know, he's trying to cut out any cringe or whatever out of it.
Well, he's had to fight for it from what I've read, like
Oh yeah,
it's
and it's because
yeah.
of the contract he has too for Deadpool and all that he's allowed to do all this crap, which is good crap.
Thank God that they're hurting enough where they can't really push him too hard. Because if
Man,
they were at their peak, they'd be like, Ryan who? But they need a hit. They are desperate.
that joke from the second Deadpool still makes me laugh. The one where he goes to the mansion, he's like, "Oh, hi, Ripley," and the mansion makes a reference to Aliens 3, and she's like, "Fuck, you're old." And he's like, "Ha, real laugh, fake laugh, hiding real pain."
I don't remember it, but I'm sure it was there.
It's like he's like, "Oh no, I only see two." The funny how is the big mansion I only see two of you. It's like the studio.
Oh, the low budget joke?
Yeah, just it still gets me.
Now they have a bigger budget because they have Wolverine. I'm sure they'll make jokes about that somewhere in it.
There
But
was
in the one trailer, did you notice the Liefeld storefront? What the hell
I
does
did.
it
I
say
think
on it?
I've seen it.
No feet.
So,
Okay.
gentlemen, I'm going to bed. So
Right.
I hope that you guys have all enjoyed the show.
Yes.
Chris.
What?
I'm waiting for you to yell at me like you can't go. I'm like it's 11:20. I'm like,
Yeah, well, hang on
6
one
o'clock
second.
is
Hang on one
early.
second.
Yes, sir.
Because you really want to see this.
Actually,
do.
it's not your welcome Canada. It's your welcome U.S. because Ryan Reynolds is Canadian.
Oh, is he?
Is he still? I thought he was switching over.
I thought he got better.
So
Kidding.
in the background of this movie trailer scene where you see Deadpool and Wolverine walking, East Side Pharmacy, no big deal, right? Over here you have Liefeld's Just Feet. You know why that's a big deal, Diana?
Yeah.
Because Liefeld is the original artist who did like the X Factor and created Deadpool and
X-Force.
Oh,
X-Force.
that's right. That's right. Isn't this the guy that did the weird body or something?
the
No,
Captain
no.
America body. That's right.
Yeah, that weird looking body, and we all laughed. I'm like,
Well, he's known for not drawing feet or not drawing them well.
yeah.
So the storefront behind them that's blowing up says Liefeld's Just Feet.
Uh-huh.
It's an inside joke.
I see that, but they don't show any feet in this. How come?
Well, that might even be part of the joke. Oh no, they show feet if
Well,
you go
they do.
down.
Okay. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe
Just
that's part of the
feet.
joke, but no, the joke is that he doesn't really do feet. And he
Yeah,
has a store called
there's
Just
a,
Feet.
No, if you can find it, there's one where he's talking to, he's in the X mansion, and you
Yeah.
see like a door open, and it's like you can kind of see all the X-Men in there,
Right.
and then he's about to turn around, and they shut the door really quick.
Yep, so that he doesn't get to see him. They don't want to be like, oh,
yeah,
hi, Deadpool.
and of course that was a clip from the original X-Men movie too, I believe.
Right.
Intriguing. All right, so we're gonna kill it for the night.
Yeah. We guys.
I'll do one more refresh of the page, but I'm pretty sure we are where we are.
Yeah.
There were some problems on there. I'm sure it'll be fixed by tomorrow, but we do have 4% of our backing accomplished. That's a good.
Woohoo. First hour. Love it.
Hey, I know how to stay optimistic.
Well, I mean, we have 45 days. I'm not like. worried.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yes. Okay, so here we go.
All right,
God
guys.
bless
Good night. God
everybody.
bless y'all.
Hang on now. Wait, don't leave yet,
Oh my God.
Diana.
I'm not.
All right, hang on 1 second because I need you just to stall for a second. All right, ready?
Okay.
All right, guys, I'm going to play the fake trailer and just kill it.